Hi everyone, Kristen here. Just here today with another weekly gather to keep you up to date with everything I've been working on. We're back into lockdown here, especially in Victoria. So we are not allowed to leave the home unless, of course, for essential items, for food shopping or for medical reasons. So it's back to comfy clothes for me. We didn't have long to wear the nice fancy things, but I am really hopeful that we will get to show all our lovely makes off before the spring and summer weather arrives. So fingers crossed this lockdown will help get the numbers down for us here in Australia. So what I've been up to this week, firstly, there's something I had delivered the other day that I think you guys are going to love, especially if you're here in Australia. I know you guys in the Northern Hemisphere have had great success with Amazon, and I'm talking about the cutting mats, like the big giant size cutting mats. We've had trouble sourcing them in Australia, and of course, if we're waiting for things to come from Amazon or to come from overseas, our postage and shipping is really slow at the moment. It's taking its time. And of course, shipping costs can sometimes outweigh the cost of the actual item that you want. So I've ordered, and I actually found these online through an Australian company called JK Trading. Now I've got a 1.8 by 90 centimetre self-healing cutting mat. So I'll just give you guys a little bit of a look and see what you think. So this is my new cutting mat. It's self-healing, and I purchased it from JK Trading, which they have an online store with a lot of different sewing materials. They have mannequins, and most importantly, I found a nice large mat. This one is 90 centimetres by 1.8 metres. So really big, fantastic size for doing, whole patterns. And I love the fact that it's got the measurements all here for you to see. And it's got even your A2, A3, A4 sizes as well. So you can kind of measure as you're cutting out. It's brilliant. So definitely get on board. It came within 2 to 3 days from Queensland. We're in Victoria, so I was really thrilled with how fast it came. It did come nice and flat, so it wasn't warped at all. It was in really good shape. So I can definitely recommend JK Trading for your cutting mats, especially here in Australia. I know that you guys in the US get it from Amazon, but for us, as far as postage goes at the moment, that's pretty much out of the question. Things are taking months to get here. So if you're wanting something locally sourced, I will link in the description box below how you can purchase one. So that's been fantastic. I can highly recommend their service. It was couriered out to me within 2 to 3 days, which was brilliant, and that was from Queensland. So I'm really happy with that service, and I love using it. So I have got a rotary cutter coming, and I'm one of those people that's old school scissors, but I'm prepared to try rotary cutters because I know how much everybody loves them and swears by them. And I think for certain fabrics, it's going to really come in handy. So I'm really dying to try that. So I also found another great little local store. I'm trying to support a lot of local independent businesses. Embroderies from Morwell here in Victoria have got a fantastic range of thread. I found the Rassand thread. I've got a few reels filling up slowly there. And I purchased some little Wonderclips, and I'm a bit slow to the party with that, but I've been meaning to get these for years. And of course, they're fantastic for your jerseys. If you haven't tried them, definitely get on board there and try them out. They're really nice and gentle on your fabrics as well. So that's a box. I think there's 50 in there. Another thing I purchased from them too was a little bobbin storage unit. Now, this is a silicone little carousel unit. They're fantastic for keeping your bobbins stored in, because if you're like me and you had them hanging up with your normal cotton reels, they unwind and you get thread everywhere. And my little clock that I have there would constantly getting cotton wound around it, and it would stop working. So I think these are fantastic. I'll link these below if you're interested as well. So that's a little silicone unit there. You just pop your little bobbins in and out. I'll just show you how it works. So you basically just pull it out and pop it back in there, and it just springs open. Just a great way of storing your thread. Nice and accessible too. So I can highly recommend those. I've got lots to show you. I will be filming my July makes next week. So I'm going to keep a few things surprised there because, a lot of things I haven't shown you as yet. But today I've got on a top that you would have seen before. This is the Megan Nielsen Jarrah sweater in the lovely Wattle Hill cozy jersey fabric. That's got the tie front. But this is a new item I have sewn up last week, and this is the Ready to Sew Jemma Cardigan. I'll give you a little bit closer look. Lovely quilted fleece fabric from Wattle Hill as well. But love this. This, I'm living in this. It's just perfect weight for putting on over a jumper or a sweater. And if you don't want it too bulky, but it's warm. So it's got the double layering of the quilted fabric. So the Jemma Cardigan is fantastic. It's a crop version as well. I've made the longer version, but I love the feature that the wooden buttons give it as well. I just think it's gorgeous. And she has got a similar one on in the picture of the pattern photo. And that's what's inspired me to sew this up. I've had it in my stash for a few months now and trying to get through all my winter weight fabrics and get them made up while I can still wear them. I don't want to have anything left in the stash for the end of the season. I want to, especially with the winter weight things, I want to have them all sewn up and I don't want to carry them over to next year. I want to get the wear out of them. I think it's fantastic to kind of get through your stash. I'll give you a little look at my stash at the moment, what I've got so far. So something I've just done recently is I've moved my fabric stash onto this cube unit that I've had in one of my daughter's rooms for quite a while, a few years now. She didn't really need it. She's got other things to store her bits and pieces in. So I've been wildly rummaging around. I'm not the neatest, haven't got the neatest fabric stash in the world, but yeah, I'm trying to get through what I've got. And as you can see down the bottom, these are all scraps that I'm so glad I've kept now, especially because the mask making, it's made it so much easier to repurpose. And I've actually repurposed old dresses that my daughters have grown out of and cut up the fabric. I've decided to reuse the fabric, which I think will come in handy. There's all sorts of interlocks, woven cottons and drills. So plenty of mask making to do yet. But and these I've got from Bunnings, these velvet storage boxes come in handy as well. But yeah, slowly getting through my stash. There's a couple of things I haven't shown you yet, which will be coming up very shortly. But yeah, it's going down slowly, which is great. And up the top there, it's my old sewing machine, purely for aesthetic purposes only, but I think it's lovely. So this is my sewing space, warts and all. It's not tidied. It's basically a workstation. And one day I will give a complete tour, but I'm a realist. Yeah, it does the job for me. The desk is fantastic. It works really well. But yeah, not very neat today because I've been busily working. This is basically my lounge room, so it's not a really designated sewing space, but it does its job. It's great because I get to be around all the action, get to listen to everybody. I don't really want to be shut away, and I find that if I want to, some peace and quiet, I just put some earphones in, put a podcast on. This is where I keep my pattern stash. You can see that they've all got clear envelopes, and that also has been rummaged through last night. Not the most organised way to have your patterns, but I do have them on separate shelves for separate things, which is good. So jackets and coats up here, pants here, dresses here, knits down the bottom. So I know there's probably a better way to organise things, but it's just finding the time. Now, I am finding it's still getting pretty chilly here, and I do want more fleecy weight garments. So I've purchased some gorgeous parpy fabric from Wattle Hill Fabrics again. The lovely little fox Euro jersey print. It's the most soft, luxurious jersey. It's actually French terry, but it's, oh gosh, it's so soft. If only you could feel it through the camera there. I love the mustard little fox print. It looks almost like that Russian folk print on there. I just think it is stunning. I'm looking at what patterns to make. I've got 2 meters. I'm thinking either a tunic top to wear over leggings, or maybe a knit dress, something maybe like the Nina Lee South Bank or the Frankie dress from Tazuti, or the terry tunic from Love Notions. I've got a few ideas there that I can possibly make up. But wanting something wearable, cozy and warm. But yeah, because we're not going out, I want things I can wear in the house that look comfy and also look really cute. So get online there to Wattle Hill if you're interested in any of the parpy fabrics. They do have a great range. It's selling out really quickly as well. So yeah, it has got quite a nice drape, good bit of stretch in there. So there's so much you could really do with that fabric. I think it's there's a teal version in that as well, but I thought I needed more mustard in my life. So patterns that I've purchased that I've got ready to sew up so I can wear them while it's still cool. The first one would be the Pattern Emporium Unwind Jumper or Unwind Sweater. We call them jumpers here in Australia. I know you guys call jumpsuits jumpers in the US, but yeah, they're jumpers to us. So isn't it funny when you hear the slang terms? And I think it's interesting whenever I do a vlog. So occasionally I'll get questions about different names of things that I've named and they're unsure. It's usually just the Aussie slang. There's a few things we call differently to you guys, but yeah, most of the time it's the same. So sweater, jumper. Okay, so this is in a knit fabric. The Unwind, I think, would be a great, easy to make sweater that is made in 2 pieces. So you've got the folds, you've got the arm and the body all in one piece. So you need a wide width fabric for that, a 150 width. Yeah, and I think with directional print, you'll have to make sure that if you want the pattern all running the same way, you may need a bit of extra fabric. But it looks like a nice, easy one to make. I've got the Arden ready to go, the Arden pants. Love Helen's Closet patterns because I love her instructions. They look like a great easy wear pant, either in a tencel or a linen blend or a chambray lightweight denim canvas. There's sort of comfortable sweatpants style, but also that you can dress them up quite nicely as well. Another Aussie designer would be the LB Textiles. I've got the Summerfield coat ready to go. I love the look of that, and I'm really dabbling in what kind of fabrics to use in my stash, but I think that would be a great thing to wear for heading into spring and summer, because I think over a lightweight, like even a rayon viscose dress, something like that would be perfect. So yeah, have a look at her website. Also, she has the zero waist dress as well, which would be really interesting to wear. Now, Style Arc at the moment, if this comes out, I think before the end of the month, they have got 25% off their patterns. So you just need to enter a promo code. I got the Freya knit tunic. I'm really wanting more tunic style tops. I love the cow neck. Very excited to sew that up. And yeah, I love Style Arc. Always have great success with their patterns, and I think their drafting's beautiful as well. Don't forget they've not only got a discount off their patterns at the moment, but there is always a free pattern or 2 free patterns of the month that you can choose from. Pop it in your cart with another little promo code, and you can essentially get yourself 2 free patterns every month if you buy 2 separate purchases. So it's a great way to save some money there. Now, Janine from Sewing Revival has actually reached out to me and wants me to be an affiliate for her sewing label, which is, Sewing Revival. It's a New Zealand-owned company, and Janine has got some gorgeous styles. Have a look on there. I'll link her website so you can see. This is her newest pattern, the Mallard coat. I am really excited to sew this. There's 2 different versions, the long and the cropped length. I'm thinking about doing one of each. I'm just looking through what fabrics I have in my stash and thinking what I'd wear more. But love the different uses of pattern, the fabrics that she's used. You can use anything from like a canvas to a corduroy, a sateen. So you can either do a summer weight coat or a winter weight coat. It gives you quite a lot of choice there if you're wanting to make a particular coat in a particular weight. You can sort of have it for all year round. So that looks like a lovely pattern as well. So I will link that pattern below, and I'm also, as I say, going to be getting a small commission from any patterns sold through Sewing Revival. So that will go back into my channel as well. So thank you so much for that, Janine. But really excited to make that pattern up. Now, another pattern company that you may have heard of before is Pattern Union, and it's also an Aussie company. Sarah from Western Australia, she has actually sent me a few of her patterns to try as well. And I know Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles has done one of her dresses and absolutely loved it, loved the style. So I'm very keen to make some of her patterns. I've got the Cora blouse ready to make up. I've got some fabric coming for that very shortly. And there's also the pockets pants that you can get add-on packs. So the Phoebe collection, which is actually the long line skirt and the flounce top. You can mix and match it all back with each other to make coordinating outfits. You can wear the flounce top with the A-line skirt and make it almost like a dress, like a 2-piece set. The pockets pants you can then put back with the flounce top as well, or make it a jumpsuit. So it's really gives you endless possibilities for outfits to make. Really excited about doing that. And Sarah has also sent me a prototype of a pattern to make a new mask that people, she's trialing at the moment. It's made of neoprene, or similar to what wetsuits are made from. It's essentially to get rid of the problem with elastic. A lot of people are having trouble with masks. The elastic is either sparse or they can't find it anywhere, or the elastic they have got has been really annoying the backs of their ears or cutting in their ears. And she actually had designed this because her mother wears a hearing aid and glasses, of course, the fogging up issue with that as well. And the hearing aid makes it virtually impossible to get it around her ear, or very uncomfortable. So I'm really excited to make this pattern up. I've got some neoprene fabric coming to trial it, and I will let you guys know all about it. It's a free pattern. I will, as I say, link that below. When I make it up, I'll give you a full run through of the pattern and see what I think about it. So it's nice to be making a few different style masks and then also trialing what works best for you, especially if you're out for a walk with the dog, or if you're heading up the shops quickly. So it's very important at the moment that we're trialing different kinds of masks and also making them for friends and family. Another pattern I've talked about before, Forget-Me-Not patterns. The lovely Jo has sent me the Adaline Dress, which I think I'm making the jacket style version, or the shorter length with a long sleeve to wear over jeans. I'm really excited about that. So I'm just finding the right fabric to do that pattern. But everyone I've seen in this looks stunning. I know Birdie So Obsessed here from Melbourne has made a beautiful version in the navy blue. Kira from Island Socialist has also made a beautiful version as well. So every time I've seen someone in it, it's inspired me to want to make it. And hopefully have somewhere to wear it eventually. And another thing I've been working on today, I've just finished. I've done a little hack on a Mandy Boat Tee. Of course, we love that pattern. I had actually had another top planned. I had the Freya top that I'd shown you. I had that planned to make in this beautiful cozy knit fabric from May Design here in Victoria. Now, May Design, the lovely Makey from May Design, has actually got a gorgeous range of winter and cozy fabrics. She's getting a lot of new linen fabrics in at the moment too. If you hop on her website, you'll see. And she was also one of the lovely people that gave away her voucher to her store as the prize for my 5K giveaway. So this is a cozy knit fabric. It's a cotton knit, but it feels like cashmere. It is the softest, most luxurious knit you will ever touch. And it's great because it's easy to care for as well. I've made a Mandy Boat Tee because I know that I don't need much fabric for that. It's about 1.2 to 1.3 meters. But I decided to do a hack on it. I wanted a soft cow neck. I'm not really a big fan of a high neck because I find it can be a little bit claustrophobic on me. But I do like a cow neck or a lower sort of cow neck. So I actually took the Hazelwood, which is a Tazudi pattern, Hazelwood neck that I'd made a pattern before from that actual style, but like a loose mock turtleneck. So I actually used that part of the pattern and I added it onto the Mandy Boat Tee neck. So really happy with how it's come out. I'm just about finished. I'm just doing the hems now. So that will be, I'll show you some pics of that in my next episode for my July makes, but really happy with that. I'll lengthen it just a tiny bit as well. And it's the sort of thing that I will be wearing, getting a lot of wear out of this. I know she does have some olive green, charcoal and burgundy still left on her website if you're interested in that fabric. It's just delicious. It's beautiful. So I think you will really, really love the quality of that. So for me, it's back to finishing off this top. What have you guys all been sewing? Please let me know in the comments below what you've been working on. I love to hear any patterns that you've had success with and what, things that you've been loving wearing. And I've had a great response to my latest summer woven tops episode. Everyone loved seeing what I wore last summer and things that worked for me. I'll be bringing out a bottoms or woven bottoms episode very shortly as well, so you can see things that I'd loved sewing and I love wearing as well. So that will be coming up very shortly. So I hope you enjoyed that today. If you haven't subscribed already to the channel, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and hit that little notification bell to always get my episodes up as soon as they're released. Keep on sewing and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.